Hello, welcome to my bookshelf, and today I am super excited to share with you my TBR for the Booktubeathon. This is a readathon. It's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of challenges, not only for Booktube, putting up videos, but there's also reading challenges and Instagram challenges, all of which are super fun. I did this last year for the first time ever. It was just such an amazing experience, and I'm just so excited to do it again. So I will be sharing with you my TBR, all the books that I hope to read during the readathon. If you want to know all the details on the readathon, I will link their official videos down below so you can check those out. I'm going to go over the reading challenges and the books I chose for each corresponding one. So let's just jump on in. The first reading challenge is to pick your first book that you're going to read with a coin toss. So this is kind of fun. For this one, and again, you can kind of interpret this how you want, but I decided to just pick two books that I thought would be great to read during the readathon and have the coin toss be the ultimate deciding factor. So one of these will be eliminated today and will not actually be on my TBR. So the two contenders are, we have Andrew's Brain by E.L. Doctorow, which I love that name, it's kind of fun. All these books I picked because they were short and easy to read. But anyway, so this book just seems kind of quirky and weird. So we're getting Andrew's life story, but there's a lot of things that we're not really sure about Andrew. Like there seems to be a lot of intrigue about what's really going on and all that kind of stuff. So it seems to be more about not just what he's telling us, but what he's not telling us, if that makes sense. That's what the gist I get from the synopsis. So it sounds kind of fun. Anyway, this is going to be my choice for heads. Obviously, because your brain is in your head. So that's my head's choice. And then my tail's choice is Ayawati and Ayawati, A Cinematic Odyssey by Richard Ayawati. He's an actor and I believe a director as well. I know him from The IT Crowd. It's this British TV show that is absolutely hilarious. He plays this character called Moss, and he's just, like I said, hilarious. Super funny. But anyway, so this is a book about movies, but is told in a weird way. So I don't know if you can see this, but here's kind of an example. So basically he's interviewing himself and then just transcribing out his responses to his own questions. There's also footnotes in here as well, and just the little clippings that I read from this book just seem ridiculous and hilarious and just really up my alley. So I'm very excited for this one. It'll be a unique read for sure, but it'll be really fun. So this is my tails choice, so heads or tails. We'll see which one I end up reading for the TBR. This is kind of nerve-wracking. So I've never done really a coin toss before, so we shall see. I'm kind of nervous, right? Okay, and I got tails. Yay! I must say this one sounds a little bit more exciting for me. I was kind of secretly hoping this would win. So, yay! This is officially the first book I'll be reading during the Booktubeathon, so super exciting. Moving right along. The next challenge was to read a book about something that you want to do. And I think her example was more practical things like, oh, I would love to go scuba diving one day. And so you read a book about a character who scuba dives or something like that. I was having a hard time figuring out something more practical and physical like that. So I kind of went in a different direction, but it still definitely fits the challenge, and I think it's just kind of fun. The title is what I want to do, because this is one of those self-help books, those personal growth books. And it is called You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. I want to be a badass, and I want to stop doubting my greatness and start living an awesome life. So this is the perfect book for me. Yeah, like I said, it's one of those like self-help books, but I like that it's really down to earth and just straightforward, honest. I need that. I also need this encouragement right now in my life. So I'm very excited for this one. Okay. The next challenge is to read a book with a beautiful spine. So not the cover per se, but the spine. So when you look at your shelf, what you see. This is the one that really jumps out at me, not only because of the color choices, but because I do think it is kind of beautiful. So we have Rooms by Lauren Oliver. So there's the spine, and as you can see, it's very bright. It kind of burns your eyes just a little bit, but In person, I do really enjoy this cover, and while I would never ever pick these colors to go together myself, it kind of works for me. And as you can see on the spine, it's just this really beautiful silhouette. It's also kind of dark and depressing because the house is on fire and there's like a tree growing out of it and through it, which is kind of intense. It's basically just a miniature version of the actual cover here, and I think it really works and it's really beautiful. As far as this book goes, all I know about it is that it's like a ghost story, and I'm assuming that there's a fire involved. Okay, so the next challenge is really fun. It's to both read and watch a book to movie adaptation. I actually have 3 books on my TBR that fit this challenge, so only one of them do I actually have to then watch the movie for to officially complete this challenge. But if I, watch more than one movie, then that's a bonus for me, I think. The first book that has been turned into a movie is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, and what I know about this is that our main character has some kind of disease where I think she's like allergic to everything. Either way, she can't go outside, so she lives like kind of in a bubble, if you will, in like her house that, makes sure that she's safe from the outside world, that kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure it's a romance, which I could do without personally, probably, but I think that's the main part of the story. So I'm hoping it's a well done romance. I mean, I don't hate romance all the time, but a lot of times it's kind of bland. I'm hoping that's not the case. The trailer looks really beautiful, and I love the main actress. I feel bad because I don't know her name, but she is just gorgeous, and she was honestly the most memorable part of that trailer, to be honest. She's just stunning. But anyway, I'm very excited to read/watch this. It should be interesting. The next book is very different in tone, I think, from the last one, and that is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I don't really know a whole lot about this either, other than a monster comes and I think it befriends a boy, and things happen. I heard that the movie is really good, and I'm pretty sure I've heard good things about the book as well. The book also is like illustrated with these gorgeous dark pictures, which I absolutely love, and apparently it's illustrated by Jim Kay, so shout out to him. And I like that there's pictures in it, so I think that's really fun. I think more adult books need some pictures. I think it really just adds to the aesthetic, So I'm very excited for this one ever since I heard about it, so very excited. I will definitely watch this movie. This is definitely one high on my list, so definitely. And then the next book that fits this challenge, I actually picked it because it fits another challenge, which is to read a book with green on the cover, which is a pretty straightforward, easy challenge. Though this one is the only one where I've actually already seen the movie. I just haven't read the book before, so that'll be interesting. And that is How to Train Your Dragon by Hiccup / Cressidia Cowell. I love the movie though. It's so cute and fun. I'm very curious to see what the source material is like. And if it's anything like the movie, it'll be interesting to see. But like I said, I really enjoyed the movie, so when I saw this book, I had to get it. And again, I think it'd just be perfect for a readathon, so here we go. Green on the cover with that lovely dragon there. And then the last challenge and the last book on here, actually there's 2 challenges. One is just to read 7 books in a week. That's always one of the challenges for the Booktubeathon, so this is the 7th book. But there's another challenge, and it's actually the reason why I'm wearing this lovely hat. The last book was just, I picked it because it was short and I needed a 7th book, and so it became my hat book. The challenge is just to wear the same hat while reading this book. So the entire time that I'm reading this book, I have to be wearing this hat. That is the challenge. So I think it's kind of fun and different. It's a little unique. Anyway, so my hat book is going to be LMNOP by Mark Dunn. So this is a unique book. It's kind of a dystopian in the sense that we're following this different society from our own, and they're set up on this island. Basically, I think it's the founder of the island, but they have this statue to this guy, and he's really important to them. And on the statue, there's this iconic sentence that has every single letter of the alphabet in it. And I think that's why it's so special. I guess letters start falling off of the statue, and this is a huge deal to everyone in town, and I think they're kind of taking it as like a sign that they should stop using these letters, so then they stop using those letters. And then the story progresses from there. It sounds like a weird, quirky, unique concept, and it's just really piqued my interest, and I just think it'd be kind of fun. So that is Element OB. And it's a nice short book, and like I said, it'll be really intriguing and also very fitting, which I'm just realizing, is that on the cover, someone's wearing a hat. So it's a perfect hat book. So anyway, that is my last book, my Booktubeathon TBR. So there you have it, 7 books for this readathon. I'm very, very excited. I'm also very nervous about, completing them all, but this year I think I set myself up for success more so than last year, because all my books I specifically picked because they'd be easy to read and short. So I shouldn't have any problem. Whereas last year I was able to read 7 books in 7 days, but it was like literally down to the last minute, and it was very stressful. I feel much better about this year's. One last note before I sign off is that I do plan to be doing both the Instagram and the video challenges for this. And the fun thing about Booktubeathon is that you don't find out what the challenges are until that day, and then you have until, midnight or whatever to complete the challenges and post them. I'm just really, really excited, as you can probably tell. Okay, so I think I will leave it at that. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time.